Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you guys have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. And before we get started on the news today, first of all, I just want to wish everyone that is celebrating their holidays this week happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and just have a great time with friends, family, and loved ones. And hopefully all of you guys will have some days off, at least at work, if anything else. Alright, now we did also launch something new, and it's still not ready yet. That's what was kind of causing a little bit of delay today. I was about 5 minutes late or so. And that is we are launching a brand new, redesigned merch store. So the merch store is now live. These literally just, I've been making these. We got Say No to the Notch. We have about 3 more designs that aren't here yet. And if you click them, you can actually see. So one of the newest ones that I just had recently designed was the Tech Club. So if you are a supporter of the YouTube Tech Guy, well, join the Tech Club. This is an inspiration from the Bullet Club, which is a wrestling faction. Very popular shirt. So yeah, I thought it would be a cool idea to have me there with my glasses on and created. And when you go into one of these, you can actually see an entire design as well. So you can see different styles of the shirt, even hoodies. So really cool things. You can get leggings, you can get socks, you know, whatever kind of things you want. You get mugs. So yeah, lots of different kind of things that are really cool. And yeah, I'm really excited about this, and lots of things like the Tech Guy 116 shirt, because it's always 116 here. So really a lot of cool new things coming up. So yeah, just want to say that I will leave the link in the description. Actually, I'll just leave a link right now in the chat for you guys, just so you have that now. Just posted it in there. And yeah, take a look at all the stuff. It's pretty cool. Getting some really cool new designs. So yeah, really awesome. All right, and let's get started with the first bit of news. Oh, before I do, hey, Alex Rudd, thank you for the super chat. $2, let's get the ball rolling. I really appreciate it, as always, Alex. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get started with the news. And the big news today definitely is coming from Samsung and Apple, which of course is always the big two. And the real big thing right now is, first and foremost, that the Note 10 has an official screen size that is currently being worked on. Now, this is way ahead of obviously the Note 10, so this obviously could easily change, but the measurement they're going for right now is 6.75 inches, which is going to be the biggest screen we've had on a flagship smartphone in the US, I want to say. There have been obviously bigger outside of the US that are flagship, but I think it's going to be the first one that's flagship in the US. So yeah, really nice when it comes to that we are getting new ones. Not only that, but we are getting an indication too that the 5G variant of the S10 will also indicate a bigger screen, which I think is good because it needs something to sell it besides 5G, in my opinion. And especially if the rumor is right now, because of OnePlus, they said their 5G version of their phone would cost about $200 more. So if the S10 5G variant isn't costing $200 more, then it definitely should have more than just the bigger, than just 5G. So bigger display, possibly a bigger battery. I think these are things that will be very welcomed. I'm really kind of curious now at this point if the 5G variant will come out in May, June, or if it'll just wait till August and release at the same time at the Note. Let me know, when do you think they should release the 5G variant of the S10? Should it be the May, June, which is the projected time right now, or should it be with the Note 10? If it is with the Note 10, and say if the Note 10 doesn't have 5G, which one would you get? Let me know in the comments section. I would get the Note 10. I don't need 5G right now. This year, you do not need 5G, and no one really does. But yeah, the Note 10, definitely interested in having that big of a screen. I think I'm really, really interested in having that big of a screen size. All right, now more news on the S10. So first of all, there are already reports coming out that yes, Samsung, of course, listened to me. No, but basically they did listen, and they are already kind of circulating rumors out there that the S10 hole will not be as big as the A8s, because that hole is way too big of a display. I'd rather have a notch, honestly, at that point. It's too big. It needs to be smaller. And Huawei has the same kind of design. It does have a smaller hole, so it is possible. So I really hope that Samsung reduces that hole dramatically, because it's too big. I don't like it. I know some people said they like it better than a notch. I actually do not like this specific hole better than a notch. The renders we've gotten of the S10, that is way better, which is something like this. This, I think, is way better than what we just saw. Speaking of the S10, it's also apparently going to get a faster form of charging, which I think is needed at this point. Every other smartphone charges faster, really, on the Android side, pretty much, compared to Samsung. Now, I know Samsung had a lot of issues, obviously, with their batteries, so I think they were a bit timid for a little while, but I think it's time to get over that and time to create faster charging on Samsung smartphones, and I think this will be a great way to kind of kick it off, basically. So yeah, really, really interested to see how that goes. All right, and then we also have rumors that they're gonna bring the Edge name back. So for those of you who don't know, there basically currently is being slated to at least be 3 variants of the S10 announced in February and released March 8th or 6th. And that is the S10 Lite, as it's been called, the S10, and the S10 Plus. However, now rumors are circulating that they are actually going to bring the Edge name back. So it will actually be the S10, S10 Edge, and S10 Plus. I think this is a smart move because the S10, the light variant, quote unquote, will actually be the cheapest out of all of them. So I think strategically this is very good. It was kind of like when what was it? Instead of before the XR, there was another thing. Oh, the 5SE, or sorry, the iPhone SE. If they would have called it the iPhone, 6C or 7C or whatever that number was on, if they would have called it that, it would have bombed just like the iPhone C line, the 5C line. However, they strategically were like, nope, we're not going to call it the C series anymore. We're going to name it the SC series. So that way it doesn't kind of give a negative connotation. So yeah, that's a really, I think, an important factor that, yeah, Samsung should actually, business-wise, it makes more sense to name it the S10, S10 Edge, and S10 Plus. That way people won't feel like they're being cheated by getting the entry-level or regular S10. I think it will sell much better for that reason. And again, if that one is actually cheaper than this year's S9, that's really interesting, because again, it's not going to have the curved display. It might not have all the same features as the S9 upgrade would have, which is going to be the S10 Edge. But I really think it's smart from a business standpoint and a marketing standpoint to give your cheapest one and just call it, oh, that's the regular S10. And then we have the S10 Edge, and then we have the S10 Plus, each one having more cameras or more features or bigger battery. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is actually a really smart marketing decision. Not only that, but there is rumors right now at this point that they might include pre-installed screen protectors just like other manufacturers do. However, it is kind of unknown if that would be every country or if it would be in countries like China where that is a standard. Pretty much most Chinese manufacturers do have a screen protector built in on it. So that is more of a standard there. We'll see if it comes around here, but for me, I honestly, I don't like the OnePlus screen protectors that come pre-installed. I usually take them off just because they don't feel as good. They're fingerprinty magnets, and I just don't like them. I'd rather have a quality screen protector. I know why you can't really complain about a free screen protector, but I kind of just don't like it. I usually take it off personally. But let me know what you guys think. Is it a good thing to have a free screen protector built in on it? Does it have to be glass in your opinion? For me, it really kind of does. And I just wish it was good quality. I'm probably going to install a white stone dome glass in it eventually anyway. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right, now we go to Apple's insane troubles. Apple is ending the year so screwed up. All right, so let's get to it. First off, let's talk about their current lawsuit, another lawsuit that they have currently going on. And that is that two things. That the lawsuit is claiming that Apple's lying about their screen size and then lying about the pixel count. Now, I think it was Phone Arena that actually really commented on a great article on this. On the pixel count actually doesn't the pixel count doesn't matter too much, just because yes, although RGB isn't working that way, that is the way Samsung screens work. So it's not really Apple's fault in that sense. I would say it's really Samsung that makes the screens that way. And if they're not all individually lit, I just don't see it as an issue. So I don't see the pixel count as a big issue, to be honest. What I do see as an issue, and I do agree with the lawsuit, is that, yeah, the screen size isn't right. You really shouldn't count from corner to corner, as all screens are measured. All screens, if you did not know, are measured diagonally to diagonal. So from the right or left corner all the way down to the opposite end corner. And yeah, that is how all screens traditionally are measured. However, it's kind of misleading because you don't really have that screen size because of a notch. The notch takes away that. So they are saying, you know, it's really not 5.8 inch display. It's actually a 5.68 inch display. So over an inch less in comparison, because you can't really count the notch area, since that is not the actual screen size. That is not the actual screen size. I actually agree with that part of the lawsuit. The pixel count I do not agree with, but the actual, I think that it should be changed because you aren't really getting that much of a screen size. When comparing Apple's to other smartphones, you aren't getting that much of a screen size comparing to an actual full screen of 5.8 inch display. If that makes any sense, if you put the iPhone next to, what was it, the S9, I think had a 5.8 inch display. If you put those two phones together, you're getting more screen real estate on the S9 than you are on the iPhone. Even though they're written as the same display size, they are not, because you do not have the same surface area of the display. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I don't think the pixel count really is too big of a deal if you want to get technical, but more so, I do think the screen size should be measured differently for all notched phones, not just Apple. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. The whole notch is a lie anyway. That's why we have a shirt that says no, say no to the notch. And we're going to have another one that says, what the notch? So yeah, lots of shirts coming and merch. All right, so, oh my God. So the big news that everyone's talked about, and I'm going to throw my 2 cents about it, is the iPad Bendgate 2.0. This is just stupid, and it really always makes me so upset, like, that Apple gets away with these kind of things, because it's absurd, especially when you think about how much this product costs. So I think the cheapest iPad Pro is $650. Or did it go up? I feel like it might have went up. But so that's the cheapest one. And basically across the board, even iPads that are just open box, like they just opened the box, are having reports of it being bent. Just like you take it out and it's already bent. And this is a thing that is dramatically going worse and worse over time, and people are noticing it, even that have had the iPad Pro for a little while now. And it is a serious, thing. Like, if you spend this much money, you expect, quality control at its finest. If you're spending this kind of money on a product that you're saying is supposed to be, because guess what, my laptop won't bend like that. Just saying. But yeah, so that is the real main thing about it. But again, the arrogance of the response from an Apple executive. So it meets Apple's high quality standards. So here's the thing. This is their response. Our current specification for iPad Pro flatness is up to 400 microns, which is even tighter than previous generations. Think about this. Who asked you? Did we ask you? No. Okay. These 400 microns variants are half the millimeter. Again, no one cares that they're less microns. We really don't care. But the level of flatness won't change during normal use over its lifetime of the product. Note, these slight variations do not affect the functionality of any of the display in any way. So your response is basically, look, this display does not normally bend, even though that is not true, because since it's happening to a lot of people, obviously that's not true. And then, not only that, but you're just saying, oh, well, I mean, look at how thin it is. Look how thin we made it compared to before. It meets our standards. And by the way, this slight bend does not harm your device. So we did nothing wrong. That is basically what they are telling their customers. It is just completely outrageous. It is so stupid. And honestly, I get so annoyed. I get so annoyed with Apple doing this stuff. They did it with the iPhone 4S when like, oh, the antennas are so bad on this phone that they're dropping calls. Oh, no. The antennas are perfectly fine. They meet our standards. You're just holding it wrong. The way you hold your phone is just wrong. That's it. Like, I have said this for the longest time. I've talked to you guys a bit about the Note 7 and the whole controversy because I had friends inside of Samsung that were like deep in it that time. And it was funny because I was on my honeymoon during that whole fiasco. And then I came back and all this crazy stuff was happening. But yeah, so all this stuff happened, right? The Note 7, I said from the beginning, because Samsung is a company in the Korean culture, it's very much like you do not want to be sued. Like, you just do not want to be sued, so you avoided any issues that could lead to you being sued at all costs. It's why their security on Samsung Pay is pretty much the best, because they do not want to have any of your information because they are scared to have your information. It's why your name does not appear on your credit card when you use Samsung Pay, because they don't store that information. So here we go. I have said since the beginning, if the Note 7 was an iPhone, Apple would not have recalled it. Apple would not have recalled it. They would have paid people off in lawsuits. They would have done all that kind of stuff, but they would have not recalled it. I really have always said that because of the arrogance of the company. That they just, oh no, these fall within our parameters. Oh, because the Note 7 was less than a 1%. It was like a freaking less than 0.5% of all the Note 7s that had this issue out in the market. Apple would have said, out of the 2.5, or I think it was up to 4 million Note 7 sold, less than 100 have had an issue. This is way less than, this is absurd, you know, these people are doing something. They would have BS'd it like crazy. Whereas Samsung, I feel, did the right thing and just recalled it. But it was just, like, the difference of this company always has gotten to me. And it just, like, I cannot believe the audacity of this guy. Dan Rico, screw you. All right. Then we get to some others. So Samsung is working on a new fitness-based watch. It's called the Pulse. This is looking like it could be the Galaxy Sport. So if you recall, the Gear S2 ended up having an update instead of the Gear S3. They had one the same side called the Galaxy Sport. It was more fitness-oriented. Yeah, sure, why not? I think they should change the Gear Fit from this, but it's supposed to be called the Galaxy Sport. So we'll see if it's a replacement for the Gear Fit line or the Gear Sport line that was only one watch in. So we'll see how it will change, but that's going to be the new update. And it looks like it might be coming out with the S10, which is unusual for a new watch this soon. But it would be not a replacement again. It's most likely going to be a lower price point than the Galaxy Watch currently is for the smaller variant. And then finally, we have an update on Huawei. Basically, you know they're having so many issues and so much trouble. So what they have promised within the next 5 years, they have promised to spend over $2 billion investing in cybersecurity to avoid any more bans from countries. Will Huawei get that chance is more of the question, to be quite honest. But yes, overall, it is basically just trying to, like, look, we will do whatever kind of things we need to prove our innocence. It really is quite interesting. I'm really curious when we're going to get evidence kind of shown of what they're doing. And yeah, I think it's more of just the fact that no matter what, because the Chinese government has specific contracts they have their company sign saying that we can you can be called upon to give us information if we need it. It's just a tough thing to get out of. It really is. So yeah, I don't know how they can kind of clear themselves, if this will help or not, but I still think it might be an issue. Let me know what you guys think. All right, let's get to your guys' questions. So again, if you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Hello, it's so cold and lonely. Echo, somebody once told me. Ricky, don't lose that number. Oh my god, I have heard that song so many times throughout my life. Like, Ricky is just a name that, like you know, it replaces the Mickey song, Mickey or something. It replaces the Pretty Ricky. All those kind of, like, it has been throughout, like, my life has been, like, music videos and songs that people tease me about. All right, let's see. What's the phone next to the S10? What's the phone next to the S10? Oh, it's the... Wait a minute. I don't have the S10 here now. Yeah, that's Claire's. All right. Both are S10s. They have different versions. All right. I was wondering if the special version is true, if Samsung will go all out for the 10th anniversary. I'll be disappointed if the S9 display, fingerprint scanner, and extra camera. Yeah, I think it's going to be something, so yeah. NDA have been issued and signed, so you won't get much from the official Samsung people. Most have to fly to Vegas for CES. Yeah, yeah. They have already been kind of, you know, we know we're going to see it behind closed doors at CES. Basically, and that's what I've kind of heard from other YouTubers, that basically it's going to be seen behind closed doors and NDAs will be signed there for the YouTubers that are going to be allowed to see it, which I will not be one of those unless I get in with someone else, but we'll see. Is it worth buying Nintendo Switch? I think so. I really like the Nintendo Switch. I've actually used it more because of me and my daughter have been playing it more, and we've been playing the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So yeah, that's been a fun game to play with her and kind of easy for a second player. She's also started Kingdom Hearts, which is a lot harder to do, so kind of just been seeing her do that recently. Will the S10 Lite have a headphone jack? Currently, all S10s are being told to have a headphone jack, but yeah, we'll see. Samsung Camp will be holding court in Mandalay Bay during CES. Oh yeah, well, Mandalay Bay is when they're definitely doing the conference. So they're doing the conference on Monday, if I remember correctly, at 2 p.m. So yeah, I will be there for that conference, and we'll see what happens there. Although it's usually just appliances, TVs, and maybe sometimes a tablet. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to be expecting... I don't think we're going to be expecting any smartphones. It would be great if we do, but I don't think so. Ricky probably saw the NDA and ripped it up and then ate it. Maybe. Kind of sauteed it first, you know. Life is very boring. I have no hobby. I have no friends. What should I do? Go out and meet people. Say hi to people. No, they have issued for CES teams. They have been working long trainings in Vegas to go to the event there. Yeah, no, they started training them really early for CES for sure. Let's see. What the F was on the ad on my Xbox YouTube app? I'm not paying for YouTube Red to see any ads. That's crazy. You shouldn't have any ads if you have YouTube Red. Or now YouTube Premium. Samsung is making a case for the S10 that will allow the S10 to have a second screen. No, that is not going to be. Even though that makes me sad, because I would love that. Did my super chat show up? Yes, it did, Alex. I appreciate it. Hey, give me a shout out, please. Hey, Mason. Shout out. I was selling my Gears 3, and people were telling me that the Bluetooth version has better battery life than the LTE. What do you say to that? Well, yeah. Okay. Let's make this clear. The LTE variant has a bigger battery. However, the battery life is typically better on Bluetooth versions unless you disable the mobile data. So if you disable the mobile data, then it will have longer battery life. If you don't disable the mobile data, then yeah, the LTE variant is going to drain the battery quicker, because it's going to have the LTE radio band on whether you're using it or not, unless you turn it off. So that would drain the battery quicker. What new year? S10 more phones 2019. What new next year? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ricky, this is not a tech related, but tell us what it's like being married and having a kid. Has it changed your life, and what do you miss about single life? God, it's been so long since I've had a single life. I don't know. I mean, me and my wife have been together. It's gonna be our 9th year. So yeah, single life was a long time ago for me. I hope to never revisit that. But yeah, having a kid and being married definitely changes everything. I mean, you see things in a different way. You're more responsible, and if you have a great spouse like I do, I mean, I just feel like we can go to each other with any problem or any issue, and we're there for each other. So yeah, I mean, it's like I know I'm one of the lucky ones. Like, there's people that can't go to their spouse for anything, but like, you know, we both work, we both do a lot. We don't have as much time with each other as we would like. But when we do, we can just have these really great conversations and talk to each other. And, you know, she can tell me what she wants or what she's been thinking about, and I can tell her what I want and what I've been thinking about. And we can just be honest with each other. So, yeah, it's great. 5G is doomed version 6.66. Yeah, no, 5G is going to be a lot of issues, I feel like. LG G8 is going to be looking like the G7 with more features. I hope not. LG just definitely needs something to step up with, to be honest. I'll get 5G. I'll be up for the upgrade. Yeah. Is VR dead? No, it's getting cheaper and more affordable. I think Oculus Go was a great device if you wanted to get into VR this year. It's definitely better than anything else from last year, but yeah, we'll see. I want the OnePlus 6T for Xmas because my current phone is actual crap. I mean, that sucks. I would hate to call on crap. I mean, you know, but yeah, the 6T is a good phone. I honestly have not used it for a while now. It's funny, I have two phones that I'm not using right now, and it's the LG phone, the OnePlus 6T. But like, it's so funny because like I always try to explain to people, like, I need to keep phones even though I don't use them, simply because when the new phone comes out, I need to compare it to the old phone. So like at any given point, I will have phones just like in a drawer that aren't being used, but I can't sell them because I need them. So yeah, it's just kind of interesting. How's it going, Ricky? Hope all's well. Yeah, it's going good. Getting excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve for my family, so we go to my family's house over for Christmas Eve, and then open up some presents Christmas morning, and then go over my wife's family's place for Christmas Day. Spend the whole day there, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. VR is dead now, but it will be back once tech improves. Yeah, I think it's just like, I mean, look, VR made an impact. I think it still has some work to do, and the technology definitely needs to get better and more immersive and clearer. Is the S10 5G needs a bigger screen because of the MIMO 4X4 Qualcomm antennas, so they need extra display size. Yeah, that makes sense, especially because, I mean, you need to have, I think you really do need to have 4 different antennas just to get a 5G. From what I've heard, the design is supposed to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, so that basically, hopefully, you're not covering up 2 or 1 of the antennas, no matter how you're holding it. At least one antenna should be exposed. That's the idea behind the multiple antennas. However, again, 5G infrastructure is not going to be really there in the US. 2019 is coming up, but got LG 49-inch 4K TV. They make new models in 2019. Yeah, they're going to announce the new 2019 models at CES. They always do. Are we getting a flat screen version of the S10? Yes, that'll be called the regular S10. I love that Samsung is bringing the Edge name back. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's gonna be the S10, S10 Edge, S10 Plus. I think that's a really smart way of doing it. Hey Ricky, did you see the Vivo Next dual screen phone edition? Yes, I am in love with that phone, and I hope to reach out to Vivo at CES. I have seen where they're going to be at CES, so although we are going to have a meeting with Nubia, which makes the other dual screen phone. So hopefully we'll get our hands on that one. But we hope to reach out to Vivo to hopefully get a device, and we'll see how that goes. To have the green screen effect, like you can I use my phone to film? To have the green screen effect, so it depends on, there are apps that do a green screen effect. So yes, if you're using an app, you can do it with the phone. However, you can also record on a green screen. So say if I wanted to, I could just record on a green screen, and then I can edit, obviously doing a green screen effect thereafter. So it doesn't matter what device I record with. It could be a phone. I can record the green screen as long as it's well lit, and then yeah, do it that way. So yeah, there's multiple ways of doing it. I think Android companies like LG, Samsung, OnePlus should join together and make a phone together, like Android One. It should have the latest Android, and every month sell Android. I think that will never happen, just for a huge amount of logistics. For one, Samsung outsells LG and OnePlus combined, so why would Samsung go into it? I could see a lot of other smaller manufacturers like OnePlus, like HTC, like Sony, all doing that because they sell about just like, 1 million to 3 million smartphones in a year. That would be much better for those kind of numbers. But when you're talking about Samsung selling, 70 smartphones, or 70 million smartphones in a given year or so, doesn't make sense. S10 demo units are being packaged and shipped to Vegas by Friday. 104 direct to South Korea. Hey Mullet Baby, can you let me know how I could see it? Just saying. Glass or go home, like Whitestone Dome glass, but it looks like science project to put on. Yeah, Whitestone Dome glass is awesome. It is a whole thing to put on. Although I've heard from them, they reached out to me for CES too. Although I don't know if I'm going to have time to see them. They have a new kind of thing going on, so which will be great for the S10 if it comes out before then. That should be Samsung's next slogan: 20% more screen real estate than the iPhone. That's hilarious. That should totally be their screen real estate. The notch sucks. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. Alex, thanks again for the super chat. See the phone with two screens. The two screens phones currently right now are the Nubia X and the Vivo Next dual screen edition. And yeah, the Next is supposed to be a huge upgrade. So I would love to see that. Google should get sued for having the Niagara Falls notch. I mean, I'm not gonna say against it. Steve Jobs would be turning over the grave with quality control at Apple. Yeah, I mean, but he kind of created that arrogance feel at the same time, so we'll see. Call me when iPad Pro stops using iOS. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what a micron is. Oh, Apple is just digging their own grave. Yeah, I can agree. Where can I buy a Rigsby shirt? So I talked about it at the top of the show, but basically we have launched a new store. It's with Teespring, which is like the official one for YouTube now. And let's see, let me pull this back up. I'll leave a link in the description after this video is posted, and I'll leave a link in the chat right now. But these are just some of the shirts. And again, we've already created a Rigsby shirt again. It's not on here, but Rigsby is posted on the store. I'm figuring out how to do the storefront. It looks like you can only like only the ones you select are going to be on here, which kind of sucks because I was just hoping it would be like my old storefront was every product. But yeah, I have to kind of figure this one out, and then I'll have it normally in the description of every video here going forward. But yeah, some really cool ones. Tech Guy 116. And again, if you click on any of these, it will take you to everything, the shirts, the hoodies, everything you can get with that specific design. So you can get Tech Guy 116 Samsung phone case or iPhone phone case, or you can get the shirt, or you can get the hoodie, or you can get the leggings, or you can get the pillow, whatever you kind of want. You can get the mug, you know, whatever you kind of want, you can get it. And yeah, so really cool kind of designs. I still have to fine tune a lot of them, but overall really cool. You get some stickers. I also tried to keep my profit minimal, just because, you know, I'm not trying to get like a lot of money from these. It's more just like to get the brand out there. So I cut my profit on almost every single product that is being sold at this store compared to what Teespring normally sells these for. So like say I think this shirt is $19.99 and Teespring wanted to charge $24.99. So I basically tried to cut all my profit on a lot of them so that I would get less profit, but again, just so it would be more affordable so people could buy it. So yeah, that's just some fine tuning I try to do to help out with the store. All right, let's go to your next questions. You know what doesn't have a slight bend? The Rigsby shirts. Thank you, Alex. And they wonder why Apple inspires so much hate. Yep. Do you think if Apple did get rid of the notch this year, would other phone followers get rid of it as well? Yes. Unfortunately, this year people went crazy with really following Apple on an Android side, and it was just embarrassing. So yeah, I think if Apple got rid of the notch, everyone else would, yes. How can they invest in security when they gave China the keys and routes to their phones, both domestic and international? I agree. Again, it's kind of hard to really, yeah. Ricky, let's be honest. You've had a chip on your shoulder against Apple for a long time. Do I need to be more specific? No, but this is why. So, yeah. I will always say screw Apple for the things they do that is horrible to their customers and the fact that they don't care. Yeah, I'll always say that. Absolutely. You don't need to say more than that. My thoughts are yes, most will follow. Yes, most will follow if they change theirs. Next Galaxy Watch, 46 millimeters. No, the Galaxy Sport would be a 42 millimeter, or 44 millimeter. What? No, yeah, it's 42 is the smaller Galaxy Watch. So yeah, I have the 46 millimeter. The smaller one's a 42, so it would be that one. Yeah. Have a Bixby speaker come out? Have the Bixby speaker come out yet? No, I think Samsung's really revamping that because I don't think it'll sell well as is. Only speakers that are worth buying at Google Home. I completely agree on that. Would you recommend to buy the Note 9? Yeah, I would still buy the Note 9. I mean, knowing that you have to know that the S10 is 2 months away. So, I mean, know that. But especially if you get a good deal for the Note 9, absolutely get it. We all know that Ricky has a brand new S10 Plus laying on the desk. Not right now. Yep, I'm sure he does have one. Do you think that the next phones are worth it? I don't think the next phones are really worth it in the US right now because I've heard most of their bands don't work with the US. Again, they're made for China bands. So I'll have to look more into them, but the bands aren't usually compatible completely. Just like the same reason why I said don't get the Poco phone in the US because of the same issue. Will the S10 be more exciting than the new iPhone 11? I don't know if the iPhone's going to do anything wow factor this year. We'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, I think the S10 would be better. But again, that's not saying too much compared to the iPhone. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. Let's see. Is Apple coming out with a new tablet mini this year? I would say it's about time. I mean, they haven't updated that in a long time. And I think it matches, right? Like, I could totally see them doing that in March. I could totally see them doing a mini iPad in March. What feature must the Note 10 have? I mean, I want a screen on the back, to be quite honest. I want full screen on the front. I want basically the Vivo Next dual display design, which let me just show you guys what that looks like. Vivo Next dual screen. I basically want this kind of design, full screen like that, and this kind of smaller screen on the back, no camera on the front. If they give me this with the S Pen in it, 5,000 milliamp battery, I love you, Samsung. Just do that. That's all you have to do. You'll sell 5 million, I promise. Just do it. Don't go crazy with the price range, but you know, that's just me. That's what I would love. But yeah, is it realistic? No. What must the Note 10 have? I would say it must have the triple camera. I really got used to it with the Huawei, and I really just love having a wide-angle camera. I have my two main phones right now are the Huawei Mate 20 Pro and the Note 9. And honestly, the Huawei I take a lot of photos with just for the wide angle. I do think the main camera in the Note 9 is still better, as you saw in our camera comparison. But it really is just awesome having a wide angle, and the zoom is better. It's a 3 times optical zoom instead of the 2 times optical zoom you get with the Note. So yeah, for me, triple camera is a must for the Note 10. I want a wide angle camera, and I want a 3 times optical zoom. Those are the must. I would say must have for the Note 10. Even bigger battery too. I would love it. Xbox One X or PS4 Pro, what is better in your opinion? Okay, this is my opinion, so that's what you asked for. That's what I'm telling you. Easily the PS4 Pro. This is why. For me, I have a high-end desktop, which I'm selling right now. But I have a high-end desktop, which means I can play any Microsoft-based game on a PC that's going to look better than the Xbox One X. Way better than the Xbox One X. If the drivers are good and if it doesn't have any issues, which tends to be a problem with most publishers. But that being said, PlayStation has way more exclusives. So even though the Xbox One X is way better quality, the visual quality on the graphics are better on the Xbox One X. But it doesn't matter if you don't have any of the best games, which 2 of the best absolute games this year, 2 of the top 3 were PS4 exclusives. God of War and Spider-Man on the PlayStation. Those were 2 exclusives that hurt Xbox like no other, because the only game that measured up to those was Red Dead Redemption, which of course everyone got. But, I mean, Xbox did not have one game near that level this year. Near it. Because those 2 games were freaking phenomenal, and they were just awesome. So yeah, that's the problem, is the exclusives. And yeah, PS5 is going to be coming out, so it's a thing of the past now. But yeah, I actually just bought a PS4 Pro actually, and we're going to do a video on it because I'm going to upgrade it to a skin and all that kind of stuff. So that'll come out, I think, Wednesday. But yeah, so look out for that. But I just bought a PS4 Pro, and I'm going to tell you why I still bought it, even though I know the PlayStation 5 is coming out. All right. When will micro LED hit the market? On smartphones, I don't think micro LED will hit the market till at least another 2 to 3 years. That's my opinion. I won't get 5G phone until 2020, 2021, when there's more mainstream and available. I agree. I don't think 5G will be worth it till 2021, to be honest. I don't even think in 2020 it'll still be worth it. Too much to have to do. I have not seen the YouTuber invite list since I have not RSVP'd, but Ricky should have been on the list. They have many Apple-friendly tech reviewers going to the private events. I've honestly not heard from them yet, so I'm really curious, because literally I have been invited by LG, by Sony, by Panasonic, by every major company. Huawei, Qualcomm, Intel, Dell. Like, every single major tech company has invited me to their event and send me, some generic emails, some personalized emails. I've gotten every invite except from Samsung. I don't know. At Samsung right now, at me, at YouTube Tech Guy on social media, just blast them right now. Like, hey, Samsung, make sure you show the YouTube Tech Guy the S10 at CES, because there is no one that will hype it up more when it would come out than me. Any YouTuber, I challenge them. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's MKBHD, Unbox Therapy. I could hype that phone up better than any of them. So yeah. You must be a favorite uncle or dad since you get all the tech. I do get all the tech for sure. I'm actually can't say this very loud, but just got this for my daughter. This is a Christmas present. So, I turned it off. But yeah, new tablet, very nice. So yes. Got that for personalized. It already got unicorn backgrounds, 4K wallpaper, you know, all that kind of stuff. So really nice. Tab A 10.5, which that video will be coming out soon as well. Probably this weekend or upcoming weekend. Why doesn't Apple do CES? Apple doesn't need CES. That is completely true. Yeah, Apple doesn't need CES. It really doesn't. It kills me that U.S. citizens can't get Huawei phones. U.S. citizens can get Huawei phones. You can completely buy a Huawei phone right now. You can buy it on Amazon or eBay. No problem. You can no longer get it at Best Buy. Best Buy did pull the Huawei phones there. But it's more... Currently, you know, it's been warned, like, you know, people have been warned, don't get Huawei phones. But it's more so the thing of, like... if you're in the government right now, you cannot get a Huawei phone. That's the one you cannot get it if you're in the government. If you have any government job, basically. Joshua, do you want a phone the government of China can have access to anytime they want? I agree. Look, I'm not saying that it has issues. It definitely has issues. Samsung folding phone launch at CES? No. They need to improve VR headsets. At the moment, they are too... Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. They at the moment they are too uncomfortable, and for a long time use, I'm hanging out with the Oculus Quest. Hanging out for the Oculus Quest New Year. Yeah, it'll be a curious one for that one. Do we get a 360 camera from Samsung at CES or later? Later. I want to see the Vivo 11 Pro video. I have not heard of that one. I would have to check it out. Are you still using the phone? Are you still using the phone Note 2? I don't have a Note 2. I have the Note. Yes, I'm still using that as well. Did you see MKBHD Phone of the Year award? The Pixel 3 should have flopped of the year. Yeah. Again, he's a fan of the camera, and that's why he ranked it that high. What does the lesser S10 doesn't have that the higher S10 has? It really is a whole thing of how right now there's been talk of it will not have all the cameras, and there's been talk it will. There's been talk it won't have the fingerprint scanner on the screen. There's talks it will. So it's multiple things coming out right now, so we do not know yet. The rumors are too weird right now. Let's see. Facebook lost a lot of the team who invented Oculus, so who knows what Facebook and Zucks are going to do. I agree. Ricky, my Note 2 gives me a lot of trouble. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, receive calls. I don't have the S Pen. That's my story. I do not know what the state is, unfortunately, of the Note 2. I have not had one. I don't know how long. That was around the S3 launch, so I do not know what the state of the Note 2 is at this point. Unfortunately, I cannot be much help. It could just be that, honestly, over time, the updates and the issues have gotten worse on it. But yeah, I do not know the state of it. AR or VR? What's the best out there for now? Will Samsung give us a good AR in 2019? I don't think Samsung is really investing in AR right now. But to be honest, AR, I think they're going to be two different purposes. AR will eventually take over because, again, I truly believe in 10 years we will not have this. We will not. I truly believe that in 10 years from now, we will be starting on the path of like a Google Glass type of smartphone experience. I really think it's going to take over. And it just makes sense, right? Because if you can project a huge screen instead of a little pocket-sized screen, it just makes more sense. And yeah, I truly see that eventually happening. What I do see though is basically those things not having cameras, at least at first at all, and then could slowly happen over time. But yeah, I think they need to have. I think Snapchat did really good at knowing when you're filming, but I think that will be the future in 10 years' time. Again, nowhere near right now, but in 10 years' time, I could see smartphones being phased out. And you have to remember that smartphone craze with the iPhone and Android was about 10 years ago. So yeah, it's a definite possibility comparing how different things have changed in that time to how they'll keep advancing. Any update on what will be a hot item at CES? No, I've seen a lot of things and a lot of people saying, NDAs will be signed, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know what I'll be allowed to say after seeing everything, but, yeah, I'm not sure yet what the hot item at CES will really be. At least not yet. Curious. I'll be in Mexico from January 5th to the 12th. Maybe I'll catch a stream from there. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing lots of stuff at CES. I mean, CES will usually do about 5 videos a day, so that's what I expect to have. Any update on what will... Oh, I read that. I'll be drinking tequila when questions load. I don't trust DxO Mark. Pixel 3 is a better camera than the iPhone XR. Absolutely. A DxO Mark, I think, lost so much credibility by giving the Pixel 3 that low of a score. Do you think Huawei would dominate? Seems like everyone after them caused their takeover over. Huawei is being so hurt that I don't know how they're going to do next year. They have to change a lot to really continue to be great, I would say. But they're innovating in their phones. Their phones are great, but the security is real. Yeah. Wonder what the Note 10 S Pen will be like. I don't know. I think it'll be a good upgrade. We'll see. What will the trends will we see at CES? I think the trends you're going to see is more smart home stuff. I think you're going to see definitely more 5G things. 5G, I think it will be a big talk this year because this is the year the carriers are launching it. So yeah, I think you're going to get a lot of talk about 5G. That would be my guess. I think we need more zoom cameras. I saw 2 squirrels today and the 2X didn't cut it. I agree. The 2X is not good enough. 5X I think would be perfect for a smartphone if we can get it. And I'm talking about 5X optical, not the fused 5X like Huawei does it. Ricky, I don't think the basic Samsung like S series, more like the Note for features, and for me it stays more in style for me. Yeah, I mean the Note I think is a better, longer lasting phone for sure. Are you going to MWC this next year? No. It's more so financially. I can't justify it, unfortunately. I cannot justify a trip to MWC. If I was at the point where, again, I always say this, like if I were just doubling my views. Right now I make about an average of 1 million to 1.5 million views a month. If I was making closer to 2 to 2 million views a month, I could justify it. I could justify the travel. But financially, you're talking about, for the trip to Barcelona to do out there, for just me, it would be about 1,500 roughly. And if I would bring an editor with me so he could film and I could be on camera and all that kind of stuff, you're talking about at least another 1,000 probably for that. So yeah, just financially, 2,500 for the money I would make on the coverage is doesn't make sense. Also, should I wait for the Note 10 or suffer the useless Note 2 or get the Note 9? That's a long time for the Note 10, so I would probably get the Note 9 if you want to have a working phone. But yeah, that's it. Who is the biggest tech YouTuber? The biggest tech YouTuber by subscribers is Unbox Therapy, if I'm not mistaken. I think he is the top one of that. I do know they bend over backwards for Casey Neistat, which a lot in the company disagree with making him social media push when he is not a tech reviewer. Yeah, I mean, ever since the whole, do what you can't slogan came, Casey Neistat took over. So yeah, that was a big push, and I heard that as well, that some people thought it wasn't the right choice, but they did it. Should I get the Note 9 or the S10? What I'll miss if I get the S10. No S Pen features will I get instead of the S10. The S10 will probably have a better camera than the Note 9, although the Note 9 is the best camera of 2018 in my opinion, in a lot of aspects. Not every, but a lot of aspects. So that's, it's going to be an interesting trade-off. But I think the UI will be a lot better, and yes, the UI will eventually be changed on the Note 9, but nowhere near as good as having it come out of the box. MKBHD awards for BS. I like him, but he's pandering in the video. I kind of agree with that. If everyone has a Google Glass all the time, I'm gonna quit driving. Are tablets dying? No. I think I never did that video, but I did want to do a video on the whole thing about that. So many tech reviewers this past year said Android tablets were a dying breed, and yet they still outsell iPads. Not in the US. Worldwide, if you put all Android tablets together, they far outsell iPads. If you put the top, I think 4 of them together, Amazon, Samsung, Huawei, and I forgot another one, they outsell iPads. So I think it's a definite misconception that Android tablets are dying specifically. I think tablets are being taken more into consideration as, do I need it? Because with smartphone screens getting bigger, you might not need it, especially with this new bendable phone UI that we're going to be getting with Samsung and LG and Huawei, creating bendable smartphones that are going to have a 7-inch screen. Then you really don't need a tablet. I would say most people wouldn't. Ricky, do you like the Samsung One UI? I've only played around with it a little bit. It's been really hectic right now with the holidays, especially because, again, I'm watching my daughter and all this kind of stuff. So I haven't had as much time to film as I would like. But yeah, so far, yeah, I think it's definitely an improvement, except for the multi-screen is horrible compared to the recent apps. Is horrible compared to the regular Samsung UI. Will Apple be around in 20 years? Yes, just for their money alone, I think they're going to be around probably now. I don't think they're going to be the juggernaut that they once were. That's my opinion. We'll see what moves they make over the next 3 years to really see if they're evolving or if they stay the same. Because they're no longer a $1 trillion company, even though people love to say that they reached it this year. They came and fell. Amazon came and fell. And now Microsoft is going to hit that peak now too. But you are going to CES 2019. Yes, I'm going to CES 2019. I will be at CES. I will be in Vegas from the 5th to the 13th. Apple will have to have a come to Steve Jobs moment on their content maker, hardware maker, and Apple could split into 3 different billion-dollar company businesses. That would be an interesting concept. I think that could be a definite possibility. In my country, only Galaxy Watch Bluetooth version is available. Is it worth buying it? I love my Galaxy Watch. You could check out a review on it. I absolutely love my Galaxy Watch. The Earth is flat. No, it's not. I have Samsung One UI beta now. I can't download themes from the S9. Is normal? Can I get rid? Yeah, no, you cannot do it with the beta. At least on mine too. I have the S9 Plus version, so it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, no, you can't right now. What's a really good budget Windows tablet and keyboard? I do not know of a good budget one, to be honest. I mean, I guess the good budget one would be the Surface Go. But yeah, I can't really think of any tablet keyboards. I'd rather just get a laptop, in my opinion. Okay, hold on one second. I need to get rid of this. Yeah. Sorry about that. Let's see. This is far from the worst year for Apple in a while. I'm glad because it will push them to make better products and more innovative. I really hope so. I really want Apple to be more innovative because, again, if everyone is more innovative, it pushes everyone forward. That's why I want Huawei to fix all their crap, because that will push other manufacturers to do better. Apple refuses to accept how bad this year has been. It might cost Tim Cook his job in the near future. I doubt that. I would be impressed by that, but I doubt that. Just because Tim Cook's making so much more money than even Steve Jobs did. Granted, Steve Jobs did all the paving down, but yeah. Ricky, do you ever dress up as Captain America for your wife? No. I tried Nova Launcher and I have to get used to it. You do, but trust me, it is so much better once you do get used to it. I have the icons on the One UI. It's not bad. I switched back to Samsung Launcher because of certain features. Yeah, I get it. Alright guys, I think we will call that a show. Thank you guys always so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Again, the new merch store just launched, so if you can support the channel, it really help out any purchase from there. And again, get the word out. You know, people should check out the YouTube Tech Guy merch and the channel. Thank you as always for watching. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, and we will be back next week before New Year's. So next week will be the last video of 2018. Thank you guys always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Here's me without hair. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.